back to the Outdoor Dog YouTube channel. This is Peter and I'm Stephanie. Today we're going to progress our trail exams, but this time we're going to focus on the ears. So why would you need to check your dog's ears on a trail? You could end up having to lift up their ear or check it in case there's ticks on your dog's ears. Peter has these amazing long ears and they just are like tick collectors. If we end up finding ticks, they're usually on his ears. So I need to check him for that. But also dogs can often get cuts on their ears as well, depending on what they're doing. Peter has ended up with a bloody ear at least once. So it's important to do this anyway. And of course, for normal husbandry, you want to be able to check your dog's ears and maybe clean them if they end up with an ear infection or something like that. So really important for your dog, whether on the trail or off. What we're going to do is progress the training game that I did with Pippi in how to get your dog comfortable with being touched part 1. So check that out before you ever begin this game, because there's a lot that you'll need to do with your dog and some things that you'll need to know before starting this. So what do you need to start this game with your dog? You just need a lot of really good treats and a comfortable place for your dog to be. What I'm going to do is, like I did in the other videos that we played this game with, I'm going to start reaching towards my dog and giving him treats for that, but very quickly progress to touching those ears. And we'll go through that. But what you want to do first is get a handful of treats in your hand. Put that hand behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back. And then you'll reach towards your dog's ear. Treat, retreat both hands. Reach, treat, retreat both hands. Now, if you've worked through that part 1 of the video, you probably have a dog who's okay with that. So what we'll do is progress pretty darn quickly with Peter here. So I'm going to reach and touch, treat, retreat both hands. Reach and touch, treat, retreat both hands. If your dog's okay with that, and if they have big ears like Peter, I'm going to touch different sections of his ear. And I'm kind of just gently tucking his ear into my hands. Good. And as long as he doesn't pull away, I'm just going to keep progressing. Nice job. So remember, it's reach, treat, and then both hands go away. Once your dog is comfortable with that, you'll reach and maybe put your hand as if you're going to flip open your dog's ear. Good. Nice. If you have a prick-eared dog, it might just be grabbing it a little differently. Peter's, I have to actually flip open to look inside. I'm going to do a gentle flip, treat, retreat. Flip open, treat, retreat. Flip open, hold for a second, treat, retreat. Then I'm going to start doing more of a look. I might lean towards him as it's open, and then both hands go away. So flip open, lean towards as if to check, treat, retreat. I know you got that one stuck. Treat, retreat. Good boy. I might look at a different section of his ear. Boy. All right. So Peter progressed that really quickly. Your dogs might take months to get to the point of actually picking up their ear, flipping it open and kind of looking in it a little bit. That's okay. Or your dog might do it in like one session. Practice at whatever pace your dog needs to go. If at any point your dog is flinching, turning his or her head away, trying to pull back away from you, you went too far, so go just back up. No big deal. Just back up to a point where your dog isn't doing those things and is comfortable. Because we want to make sure they're not worried or concerned during this game at all. However, the one thing that we want to add, once your dog is able to do a one-handed ear exam, we're going to add in the other hand, right? Because if you're, depending on what's going on, if you're trying to get a tick off their ear, or whatever, you're going to need both hands. So that looks similar, but a little different. I'm going to go ahead and start with a pile of cookies behind my back. I do have them in a bag, but I want to be able to get them a little quicker. So I'm putting them in a pile on the floor behind me. I will start the same exact way. I'll reach and flip open the dog's ear, and then reach with that other hand. Go back, get a treat, retreat both hands. So it's reach, reach, treat, retreat both hands. Reach, reach, retreat, treat, retreat both hands. Reach, reach, treat, retreat both hands. Once your dog is comfortable with you just reaching towards his face with that other hand, we're going to progress to actually touching the dog. So I'm going to touch, treat, retreat both hands. So reach, reach, treat, retreat both hands. And eventually what I'm going to do with this hand, instead of touching it lightly like I'm doing, I might massage my dog's ear just slightly or touch it in some different way. Good. And eventually building up to touching it as if there was a cut there or as if there was a tick there, right? That's what we would need to do. So you want to build all that into your training. Any way you would want to touch your dog's ear to examine it, just be creative, think of different ways to include into this training. I might also do the top of the ear, pretend like there's a tick there. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Why are we doing this? Again, it's because we want to make sure the dog is actually comfortable with you being able to handle them, especially on a trail where they might get injured or they might have a tick or something. If they have an injury, their stress might already be elevated. So we want to make sure that being touched is a really great thing. Of course, always be careful if your dog is injured about, handling them or touching them. Make sure you know your dog first. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Enjoy training this with your dogs. It's pretty simple, but very fun. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, let me know in the comments below. See you next time.